of when they come out.
Even though Georgia's teachers are familiar with the Elachee Nature Science Center, most people don't realize they can come anytime.
We may be one of the best kept secrets in North Georgia. In fact, a lot of students know us. We have a large number of visiting students that come each year, but their parents don't. So we'd like to encourage everybody to come out and visit and see our trails, and come numerous times during the year and see it in lots of different seasons. Visitors can come in and use the trails free anytime during daylight hours, and that includes back at the pond where the Aquatic Study Center is, and in the wetlands that y'all will see a little later on, the wetland trail and boardwalk back there. Admission to the building is $3 for adults and $1.50 per child, but that's not necessary if they're just coming to walk the trails.
Kathy Patrick homeschools her children, and she brought them out to the center for some nature study. Today, they were especially lucky to find Peter Gordon at the center. Peter is the director of education, and he loves to educate kids about the outdoors.
Children, and they come out with their parents, I think it enhances the experience for the children to see that their parents can learn and that their parents can appreciate as well. And then again, those lessons are passed on to children. And some of the best experiences we have are working with families. When a group comes out, we can teach something to mom and dad and the children as well. And a lot of myths can be dispelled, a lot of new knowledge can be accrued. It just becomes a real wondrous experience for everybody involved. Climbed up there and I think the amount of things that are available for boys and girls to learn today, in many cases, surpasses the knowledge of their parents. We're amazed every day when we're teaching kids that kids will quote this and they'll describe this and they'll do this, and we're all looking at each other kind of wondering, you know, where did they learn all these things? I think parents can listen to their children a little bit. The old rock and roll song back in the 60s, teach your children well, teach your parents well too. I think parents can learn a lot from their kids. And number two, just experiencing. Experiencing is the best form of education. Children come away with the idea of just this wondrous diversity that is part of the ecology of Northeast Georgia. And they learn that there are certain things that are just inherently important about just trees and plants and water and soil and rocks. We realize that children are going to grow up one day. I mean, we were all children and we grew up too, and that the children we're teaching today are going to be tomorrow's leaders. And if we can instill an appreciation, a respect, a sense that nature is very important, that green places are very important places, I think we've done our job well.
And I see a very big bird.
You see a big bird where?
Up there.
The Elachee Nature Science Center sits in the middle of the 1,200-acre Chicopee Woods Nature Preserve. The preserve features many different habitat types, including pine and oak forests. Ridges drop into valleys where you'll find creeks and wetlands, and in the back of the preserve is Chicopee Lake. Author and wetlands expert Don Lane met with me on Chicopee Lake to do some exploring. First stop, the Beaver Dam.
If you brought your child here, there's a lot of things you can see at Elachee, and there's a lot of things you can do without really making an impact in the environment. You know, understanding what this beaver pond is all about. You know, why did the beavers build it? Child may ask a question, you know, why is